Well, I want to have a go at resin dipping because I've got this idea I want to try out. So I got myself a kit and it comes with wire I will need, the actual dipping resin, pair of round end pliers, which are always useful for jewellery making anyway. So I'll be using those, and some wooden blocks. Now you may wonder what these wooden blocks are for. Well, these are to be able to make your shapes around, which is going to be so much easier for somebody like me, because I'm not very good at making wired flowers. And this is by Tea Expert. It's a new product they've got out and it's not been out very long. So this is a fairly thin wire, so you should be able to cut this really easily with a pair of scissors. I can go around that block like that. For example, if I wanted to do a big flower with big petals or a flower with a variety of petals. And there, that gives me a nice ring. Like that, and then I can shape this from there. So if I want it to be a different shape, I can do that with it and make a tulip flower. Now I don't want my flowers to be that big, but I do want them to go down in size, my petals. So I'm not going to use the really large one today. I'm not going to throw that one away. I am going to use the smaller ones. Probably those three, I think, to make some. Now before I start, what I'm going to do is get all my wire petals made. So I'm going to start with those ones, do about 5 or 6 of these, and the shape I'm going for is that sort of shape. Now if you want a completely different shape, you can have a completely different shape. You can have that and just put some like bits into it like this and make some quite raggedy petals going round like that. So you can do that sort of shape. There is in the instructions, it does show you how to make your shapes if you wish. But that's not the sort of shape I'm going for. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to finish off making all of my shapes in the different sizes. And then I'll show you how I'm going to put it together. I've got them all made now, and I've made 7 of each. I might not use them all, but if I don't, then what I'll do is I'll convert them into earrings or something similar to that. And this is the dipping resin. It's really easy to use. All I'm going to do is dip in up to the wire's end, dip it out again, let any excess run off because I don't want to cure that up too quickly and have lots of excess on there. And that's covered that really, really well. And then all I have to do is cure that up for about 1 to 2 minutes. Now I'm also going to show you how you can turn these a different colour as well. So that's had 1 minute. Now they're going to be quite thin and still a little bit fragile on there. So what you can do is go for a second dip. And that's what I'm going to do now. And that'll thicken it up enough. If you want it even thicker, you can go for a third dip. I think these are going to be fine under 2 dips. So that's had plenty of time now. I've got a little bit of a dent in the middle there, and I think that is probably where I didn't let enough run off to start with. But that's quite nice and thick now. I haven't gone past that edge where the wire is because I don't want to seal all this. So I'm going to carry on with these. I'll make these all up, and then I'll show you how I'm going to colour them and how I'm going to put them together. Well, I've finished all these now. They've had their first coat, and it says on here, on these instructions, patience is the key. And it's very true. You do need a bit of patience. Now I'm going to colour these. I mean, you could leave them clear if you want. And how I'm going to colour them is by brushing on a little bit, well, not brushing on, sponging on a little bit of mica powder onto them. And I'm only doing one side because I want the shimmer of the mica powder. And then I'm going to be using some UV resin that's pre-coloured. So you could use any colour you want with these. I'm going to be using the red, and this is just the coloured UV resin, not the metallic colour one, because I still want it to be a little bit more translucent. And I'm using a paintbrush here to paint that on. So there we go, we've got some veins in it, we've also got some colour in it, and from that side you can see it's a little bit shimmery as well. And then I'm going to pop that under my UV lamp like this. Because I've only done one side, I can just lay it flat and then cure it up. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off all of those. and then I'll show you how I'm going to put it together. So these have all been done now, and they're all cured. Didn't take too long to get those bits done. What I'm going to do is start to build my rose. I've wound these on quite well, so I'm going to thin this out a little bit by cutting the actual wire, so I've only got one strand left, because I don't need to. And now all I'm doing is going to build my rose or flower by twisting these together to start with, so that they're actually together, like that. And once I've got them all together, I can then start to put the shape that I want it to be in. I'm starting with the small ones because the smaller petals would be inside the middle. So now I've got those in there, I can start moving them about to get the center of my flower. So now I've got those ones done, what I'm going to do is go to the medium sized ones and attach those in the same way. I'm going to bring those ones down a little bit and then attach those going round. So now I've got the medium ones on there. Can open them up a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is add the large ones on there as well now. So now I've got that all roughly how I want it. Before I do anything else to it, what I'm going to do is finish off my stem by wrapping some more of this wire around it to neaten it all up. And I'm wrapping this round quite tight. You could use green wire if you've got it. So that neatens that up really nicely. And now I can start moving my petals around to have them in the final place where I want them. Well, I've finished putting that together now, and I think that come out really pretty. It looks a bit like a lotus flower, and it went together quite easily. I must say, it's not a quick thing. You do need a bit of patience with it, and the more you do it, the better you become at it as well. Well, it's like any craft, isn't it? You can't pick it up and draw a masterpiece right at the very beginning. I really like that. It's really glossy. It's got a nice shape to it, and it was actually quite easy to put together once I got going. I also made some jewellery as well. So I made a little pendant there, and I brushed some mica powder on it. Just made a random shape. I made another little pendant here by making a hoop at the end of some wire and then just dipping it in and then putting them all together, and I think that's come out quite pretty. And then of course I made earrings, brushing on mica powder and putting a bit of the gold chrome marker through it. On those ones again, just made some shapes. These ones I put two hoops together, and I quite like the way that they've come out too. Simple circle around the wooden block, and I believe that was purple mica powder and then a little clear coat of resin over the top of that. And then this was with the chrome, I painted chrome over them and then put some resin over that. So you can make some nice jewelry, you can make some pendants, or you can make some beautiful flowers. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I've loved playing around with this. I've had a great afternoon. If you want to learn something new as well using resin, be sure to check out the video I've got coming up next. I think you'll really enjoy that. Boop the like button, hit the subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.